Hi guys! So I'm back with the third segment of my K-pop Photocard Collection series. And today I'm going to be showing you some of my favorite groups who are from smaller Korean entertainment companies. So a lot of these are groups that I consider underrated, both among Korean fans and international fans, as well as some rookies that I really enjoyed from last year. And shout out to Amy, who on Twitter requested I do this one next. She is also on YouTube, so I'll link her channel down below. But let's get started. So all the groups in this are kind of arranged in preference order. So we have history first. So if I was to do kind of a ranking of my favorite boy groups who don't play instruments, because I don't know, I have issues when it comes to comparing band groups and dance groups, but history easily makes my top 5. I really enjoy them, and some of their music, some of my most favorite. And so we're going to start with their Korean releases and work our way towards their Japanese releases. So for Korean releases, they don't have too many cards, except their latest release, Him, has a 20, which is ridiculous. But Dreamer was their debut release, and it came with the set of postcards. So a group 1 and a set of all members. And also here I have a signed Polaroid that I just found on a Japanese website for really cheap. So I was very happy to have this. So again, this is all going to be in age order. And then their first kind of photocard release for their Korean discography was Beyond the History, and they came with these really gorgeous postcards. So we have Kyungho, Dokyeon, Xiang, which I think this is like one of the most stunning images I have in my photocards collection. And then we have Jaeho, and then Yoonjung. And then for Him, as I said earlier, they were 20 different cards, so they did kind of this card theme where they had each member have a different kind of suit version. So what I did was I stuck all the heart versions up front, along with 2 of the M-Wave meet and greet kind of exclusive cards. There were 3 in total, but I only have 2, which I won't get into why that is. But I also ran a group order for this release, and I actually still have a lot more signed albums, so if you're interested, you should let me know. But I was lucky enough to make the top 5, so I got a Yoonjung signed Polaroid, and it's really cute. And how I rearranged all the other cards was I did it by age order, and then just the other 3 suits they had. Alright, and then this postcard is kind of like a mini version of their official poster for this release. But I got this off of the Japanese website, and I'm pretty sure it's like a pre-order bonus or just some type of bonus if you ordered the Korean version of Him. It's from some Japanese stores. And then this is, I think, a Tower Records pre-order bonus for, I'm not sure which release, but it's when Jaeho had blonde hair. So now we're going to get into their Japanese things. So About History was their first release in Japan, and it was kind of just a compilation of their favorite Korean songs, and then they also had one original Japanese song on there. But there are 2 different versions. So they released a regular version, which came with one of these cards, and they also had a limited version, which came with one of these cards. So the only history card I'm missing is Kyungho's About History limited edition, which is kind of sad because he's my bias. But hoping to one day find it. So if you do have this card, please let me know. Alright, and now we're getting on to some of the most stunning cards I think I own, just in all my photocard binders. And so we have the regular version of their My Love release. So this is the, I guess, Japanese version of Might Just Die. So these are all the regular kind of colored cards you could get. So there are two different jewel cases you could buy. A and B version, they would come with one of these. Or if you bought the CD DVD version, which comes with a really nice photo book, you would come with one of these black and white cards, which are just stunning. Alright, and then we have Lost, which is, I think, one of my most favorite original Japanese release, I think, for a Korean group. And both Lost and Liar were kind of composed and produced by two of the members, and they also included Korean versions of those two songs on Him. So we have these regular versions, and so there are three different cases you could get one of those cards from, or if you bought the CD DVD photo book version, you would get one of these cards. And these are just some random like fan site cards that I have. So I think this is from a Malaysian fan site. I'm missing Shung's, but I have this kind of photo instead. It's a placeholder. And then this is from Kungil's fan site, I think Swimming Pool. It's a pretty, I think the most prominent one for him. So I have those. Alright, so next we have MYNAME, who, again, they're probably my top 5, like, K-pop, Korean dance groups. They make really amazing music. If you haven't listened to any of their Japanese original songs, you're really missing out. They're just fantastic, in my opinion. I'll probably do videos in the future to talk more about MYNAME. But for now, we'll just get into their cards. So for Korean stuff, I try to collect everyone, but they only have one release, which was their first single that had cards actually in the album. So you can get one of these, and then these like little passport photo kind of cards. I think you get these if you ordered their first mini album from their fan cafe, but I'm not 100% positive. And then they had a couple cards in their Japanese release. So I just try to collect Insu's because he's my bias. And so both of these are from their debut single, Message, which is the Japanese version of their Korean digital debut single. And then they also had one for What's Up. And then both of these are, don't want to butcher the name, but one of their other Japanese releases. And then this card is, I think, if you ordered a signed copy of their second Korean single, they would stick one of these cards in. So I have Insu's. It's like a little message card. Then the last kind of official card you get in an album are these jacket cards from My Best Name, which was, so this is, you only get these in the, I think it's CD DVD version. And this is kind of like a compilation of their best Japanese songs chosen by the fans. And then we have just some random cards from other members. So I have a lot of Sejong because I think he's probably my second favorite member. And then some Gunwoo, and then also have a signed Gunwoo Polaroid I found on a Japanese auction site for pretty cheap. And then some more miscellaneous things. So Japanese fans get a lot of merchandise because MYNAME has a lot of events and fan meetings and concerts there, so they have a lot of these goods that you could purchase. So before I start into those, this is just the group version of that of the NSU photo I had previously from their second, or ordering from the fan cafe for their second single. And then these I think are either from concerts or fan meetings. And this NSU, it's a calendar card from their latest Japanese album, Alive Always in Your Heart. So I highly recommend, if you haven't listened to any of MYNAME's Japanese things, start with that album, because it's, I think, probably one of their best. And I think you get this calendar card if you went to one of their promotional events for that album. So what MYNAME was doing, instead of sticking cards in albums, was they started just releasing these kind of like pre-order bonuses for each single and album. So I'm trying to collect all of NSU's. I only have 5 of his so far. And then some of the releases, like this one, has more than one version. So I'm slowly trying to collect all those. But this one's from What's Up, We Are My Name, Hello Again, My Best Name. And then I also have his 5 stars. And then I have just 2 of Sayoung, so What's Up and Message. And then all these kind of photos I have next are just from concerts or fan meetings in Japan. So I have a lot of NSU things. So I think this is from their promotions for My Best Name. I think these are from their concert from last year. So these are just a lot of photos of NSU and Sayoung. And then just some Sayoung photos. And then some Gunwoo. Now these postcards are the last things I have for MYNAME. And these came with, so they released this photo book, I think, last year during their concerts. I'm not sure if you could buy them anywhere else. But they came with a dust calendar and this postcard set. So they have one for each member. Alright, and now we're going to move on to some of my favorite rookies from last year. So Kunekun was one of the first rookies to debut last year, and they're probably arguably my favorite. I just really like how they're all kind of like misfits from different companies that came together, and they just work really well together in my opinion. And their B.A.P shows are always a pleasure to watch because they're pretty funny. Right, so we're going to start with their debut single, Knock, which is sadly out of print now. I'm hoping other new fans will get to be able to buy this sometime in the future. But this release came with 5 postcards, 1 for each member, and then a random standee. So I was lucky enough to get all the standees before they're almost impossible to get. And then this is from their meet and greet for that single. And then their next release was a mini album, Awake, which came with 5 different photo cards, and they also had a Kino version. I'm hoping to get one of these. It's like a little music card that came in the regular album to go here, just so that it fills up the space nicely. And then in the Kino version, they came with these kind of cards, so I just stuck my bias, Jihan, in here. Because otherwise, it's just way too many cards, and they're kind of an awkward size to fit efficiently in this binder. And then the Kino version also came with a postcard. And then the regular version also came with standees, similar to Knock, except instead of just having 1 per member, they also had 2 unit ones. So I'm kind of behind on these, but I'm hoping to get all of them someday. And then their latest mini album, Remain, came with 2 different sets of photo cards. So I'm going to just stick all the sleeping posed ones up here. And this is a Kino version again, so I'm hoping they stopped with these Kino versions because they're expensive and kind of awkward to store. And then this is where the other set will go. So these are kind of more regular post ones. But luckily they only had 5 standees for this release. So right now I just have Yujin's and InSongs. Actually have an extra of InSongs too. So if someone would like to trade for, if you have another member that's not Yujin, let me know. And then some more of the Kino cards in this postcard. Alright, so the other rookie group that I really enjoyed from last year that came from a smaller company was Victon. So they're the brother group to A.P, and I really enjoy them. I think they're really adorable, and they kind of piqued my interest when they released that What Time Is It performance video, and then I kind of immediately watched their Me and Seven Nam show, and it all kind of went downhill from there. I really enjoy them. But their Voice to New World, which is their debut mini album, I really enjoy all the songs on there, and it came with 2 sets of cards per member, so I have almost all of them. As you can see here, I'm waiting for Bungchan's to come in the mail soon, and I'm just missing Subin's kind of blue background version. In the future, I'm probably just going to limit myself to my top 3, because especially if they keep doing a lot of different versions of cards in the releases, it's going to be a bit of a pain to keep up with. And then last but not least is B.A.P. So TS Entertainment's technically what I would consider a small company, even though I guess B.A.P. is a bit more well known than the previous groups. But for them, I just collect Jungkook, who's my bias, and then Jung-up, who's kind of my second bias slash bias wrecker. So I have both of their one-shots. I need Jungkook's Bad Man. Then I have both of their First Sensibilities, along with the group version. And then for older releases, the only other card I'm missing is Jungkook's Unplugged 2014. But I do have both of their Matrix. And this is the mini poster that came in all the special versions of Matrix. And then this is the little mini kind of postcard poster for Carnival, or the special version. So I think there's 3 total. I just have this one. So all these Carnival cards, I used to actually collect all members of B.A.P, but because of this release and Noir, I decided to cut down on B.A.P collecting and just collect my top 2. Because there's 4 different cards per member, so I'm missing one of Jungkook's special versions, and then his other regular version, and then I have both of Jung-up's special version, and I need both of his regular version to complete this page. And then we have Put 'Em Up, which thankfully they just stuck with 1 card per member, so my other so the other releases they have in Korea, where it's just 1 per member, will go on this page. But I have this page for Noir, because again they went with 4 cards per member again. So I'll need to work on this sometime soon. And then the special member cover versions of Noir came with postcards. So right now I just have Jungkook's. I was supposed to get Jung-up's, but the place I ordered from messed up and gave me a duplicate of Jungkook's, so I'll get Jung-up's eventually. Alright, and then for Japanese cards, same thing. I just collect my top 2. So, and also for B.A.P Japanese cards, I would say most of them are fairly easy to obtain, other than Warrior and One Shot. So for Warrior, I'm just missing one of Jung-up's, this version, his card. Then I have both of their No Mercies, and then both versions for One Shot. and both for Excuse Me, Best Absolute Perfect, and Feels So Good. Their latest single, Fly Again, I think it's called. I get it confused with Infinite H's mini album names. But so that one doesn't come with a random photo card. I think Tower Records had a pre-order bonus where you could get one of those cards, but it's not an official card. Okay, and this page has all the group cards from this prior releases. So this one's from No Mercy, Excuse Me, and B.A.P. Or sorry, Best Absolute Perfect. And then those releases also came with these kind of member event tickets. So this is from No Mercy, Excuse Me, and Best Absolute Perfect. And this is their Carnival M-Wave kind of card that I won for their meet and greet. And I have some random Jung-up postcards, as well as some pre-order bonuses. So this is from their Best Absolute Perfect promotions, and I think this is also from Best Absolute Perfect, but I'm not 100% positive. And then both of these are the stickers you get from their special versions of Matrix. And lastly, I have one of the sets, or Polaroid sets for our Live on Earth 2016 World Tour. So I just have this version. And I think there's 2 other versions you could get. Right, so that was it for this binder. I should have my 4th segment films sometime next week, so stay tuned for that. And thanks for watching, guys.